Season 2, Episode 5, Breakage. And I'll explain that. I'll explain the reason for that in a little bit. The reason for that name in a little bit. So it starts off with illegal immigrants sneaking into the U.S. and finding Hank's silver teeth thing. I'll explain that in a little bit. My phone just fell again, but you know what? Fuck it. I'll leave it right now. Then it goes to Walt in one of his chemotherapy sessions, and it's a time lapse kind of thing. I've always liked the whole time lapse photography or time lapse imagery kind of thing. So that always appeased me. I've always liked it. But the doc says he's getting better, and he gets the bill from the doctor. Walt gets home and receives a hospital bill from way back in Bit by a Dead Bee. He gets money for both bills from his secret stash, and while he is vomiting from the obvious chemotherapy, he finds Skylar's little secret, which is the smoking. Hank gets a promotion from his job from his job at the DEA, as he's going to be going to work in both Albuquerque and El Paso. While he's heading down to celebrate, he gets a little sick in the elevator, but he hides it from his coworkers. What the illness is, we don't know. We'll have to find out in another episode, probably. Jesse is starting to get his life back together. He works out a deal with the towing guy at his impound yard, and with the RV, and he also works out a deal to be getting a car. Meanwhile, he's also looking for a new place. He finds a place. The renter asks him for various information. He doesn't provide it because it's basically he doesn't want to know that he's been doing the whole meth thing. But after some coaxing, the new renter finally says, okay, go ahead, and he puts his name. He signs the lease and all. He goes by the name of Jesse Jackson. Why he went by that name, I don't know. I mean, Jesse I can understand, but Jackson, I wouldn't do that, to tell you the truth. You don't see me going around as Michael Jackson. I mean, my name is Michael, but I don't go by that. But I don't go by the last name of Jackson because, well, hey, it's the king of pop. So, but anyway, he's starting to get his life back together again after it fell apart in the last episode. Hank goes to his Hank takes a day off from starting his new job, and he's sorry, I'm a little bit tired. I spent a good portion of the day. I was supposed to see Thor 2, okay? My niece is going to take me to see Thor 2. However, we spent 7 hours. I mean 12:30 till about 7:30. Building this dresser thing that she got from dresser wardrobe thing that she got from it's a Donbas. I don't know the name. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's spelled Dondas, which I don't think whoever designed this is a dumb ass. Like I said, we spent 7 hours putting that thing together, and it was a long day. Sorry, that's the reason for the yawning. Anyway, back to the show. Back to the vlog here. So Hank goes to his home beer brewing thing that he's doing. His wife opens the door, says, "So rather than go to work, you come here to make your beer." Yeah. Well, anyway, Jesse go back to cooking, and Jesse says, "Okay, I'm going to start a network." Which he gets a bunch of his friends to hand out the crystal meth. And in one instance, you know what? I'm gonna give that a little bit, but Walt Jr. and Skylar visit Hank and Marie, and Skylar forces apologies from her sister for their lies and shoplifting, while Walt and Hank talk about Hank killing Tuco. Walt confronts Skylar about the smoking. All this is going on while the whole network being put into place. During the when Jesse gives Walt his share of money that's been made, he kind of gets a little short, but that's because one of Jesse's people got held up, or held up for a pound of the stuff that they sold, and Jesse explained that it's called Breakage, hence the name of the episode. They kind of get into a little discussion about the whole logistics kind of thing. But then later on, Walt confronts Skylar about the smoking. She says she only had 3.5, and he gets a little upset. I mean, I would too if my pregnant wife was smoking. So yeah, she says that she's not doing it anymore. I have my doubts. Hank's homebrew. Hank is woken up in the middle of the night by what sounds like gunfire. He goes into his. He follows the sound of it to where he's making his home brewery little thing, and the beer bottles go bang because it sounds like a gunshot. So that's that. I don't know what's gonna happen after that. Because I haven't watched episode 5 yet. Episode 5 or episode 6. Walt visits Jesse at his home, tells him, "You want me to tell you what to do?" Puts his gun on the table and says, "Handle it." Finally ending with Hank throwing his Tuco teeth thing into the river, which was found earlier. Now, here's the thing: this series is starting to do this whole. We're gonna start off with this little thing, but we're gonna keep you guessing about it until later on. And then, bam! I mean, it started off with the very first episode with Walt driving the RV with unconscious Jesse and the two bodies in the back, and that whole thing. They've been doing this whole series, which I think is one of the things that kept people interested in the series. I mean, it's got me interested so far. I'm starting to think it's turning out to be a really good series. This episode, it's back to business. We're gonna instead of trying to get into it with another one, we're gonna Jesse decides to do the whole starting a network kind of thing, which I think is a good idea. What's gonna happen next? I don't know. I haven't seen episode 6 yet, but when I do, I will make another vlog, and you'll see it there. Take care.